It was one of 2 conference losses that TLU suffered in the regular season. It's the first time ever that the Bulldogs have lost multiple conference games in a season. And this will be a scrappy game between these two. The pitch from White swung on and missed. So the game starts off with a Mackenzie Cox strikeout as Amanda White dazzles with her arm.
Second baseman number 3, Catherine Stokes.
That brings up Catherine Stokes. Stokes, the 2-hole hitter for the ladies today. Someone's fouled back. Hitting .311 on the season. This top of the lineup for Centenary, extremely dangerous. If you're not careful, they will jump on you. 1-1 count for Stokes. And the Bulldogs know that very well. Centenary was one of few teams that could keep up with them when it comes to the bats, as that one, a fly out that is caught by Clark, but almost a disaster over between Clark and Johnson as they nearly collided and allowed that ball to drop. Kaylee Patridge will start things in the 3-hole position. That one's in there for a strike. .426 batting average for Patridge. She is one of the most dangerous bats in this Centenary lineup, as that one is a strike. So 0-2 count for Patridge. She has had a great senior season, and she's looking to continue it. The loser of this game is eliminated. The winner goes on to play Trinity later tonight. Patridge lines that one over to Hernandez, and that'll be a 1-2-3 inning. We head to the bottom of the first as TLU.
For the ladies, top half of the first inning, no runs, no hits, no errors.
We'll go over the starting lineup again. You see Centenary starting lineup: Mackenzie Cox, Catherine Stokes, Kaylee Patridge, Viviana Rivero, Jaden Thrasher, Mallory Stout, Bella Dominguez, Abigail Hodson, and Mackenzie Clark is your Centenary starting lineup. And the Bulldogs starting lineup: Kaylee Clark, Lindsay Leal, Madison Johnson, Serena Gonzalez, Bailey Hudgens, Laura Hernandez, Kylie Jack, Bella Rodriguez, and Annie Kay. So your starting lineups. In the circle for Centenary, Anna Scarbrock pitched a good game against Trinity, allowed 1 run. That 1 run was the difference. And that is why Centenary is in the loser's bracket. First pitch from her. Misses, ball 1. And Scarbrock, the ace pitcher for the ladies. 1-1 count now, as that one found the zone. That one misses, so 2-1 count. Kaylee Clark, the dangerous leadoff hitter for TLU. Scarbrock, in the last meeting, did not allow a run, an earned run against TLU, but 1 run came in unearned. Kaylee Clark is retired to start things off for the Bulldog offense. As she grounds out over to Stokes.
Number 2 slot, shortstop number 77, Lindsay Leal.
Stokes has not made an error this season. She's not seeming to start today either. Lindsay Leal, the sophomore 2-hole hitter. On defense, she's a shortstop. And at the plate, she is an effective batter. The pitch from Centenary. That one up the middle, and that will get through. That ball got over the head of Scarborough, past a diving Mackenzie Clark. But ended up going through, so Lindsay Leal on for the Bulldogs. See that one there, just getting through the defense. That one in there for a strike as Madison Johnson out of Round Rock, Texas. Try and work with Leal on first. Over in Cleburne, as that one is off the glove of Thrasher over at third. That'll be a base hit for Johnson. Advances Leal to second. Serena Gonzalez, the cleanup hitter, will try to add more to her RBI total. That's at 55 now, leads the conference. The freshman has had quite the impact. She's earned Player of the Week for the SCAC, but also nationally was a Player of the Week for the NFCA as well. Scarborough trying to keep the runners at bay on second and first, but they are fast. That one lined foul. 0-2 count. Word of encouragement from Dominguez passed on to Scarborough. The ladies led by head coach Whitney Patterson. The Bulldogs are led by head coach Wade Wilson. That one grounded back to Scarborough. They will take the out over at first. So 2 outs in the bottom of the first.
Batting fifth, left fielder number 12, Bailey Hudgens.
And Bailey Hudgens, one of the seniors in this TLU lineup, working with runners on second and third. Hudgens out of Dripping Springs, Texas. That one is down for ball one. Scarborough trying to work her way out of this jam. That one up the middle, and that will score at least 1 run. They'll send Johnson, and the throw to the plate, and not in time. As a 2 RBI single for Bailey Hudgens.
2 RBI by Bailey Hudgens.
TLU strikes quickly here in the bottom of the first against Scarborough. So there you have it, folks. The Bulldogs were not able to do that when they played them in the regular season. But now they have an earned run tagged to Scarborough. Laura Hernandez out of Missouri City, Texas. Working with a runner on first. The pitch from Scarborough. That one lifted out into right field. That one brought in. So that pinch runner, Harley Russell, will not be utilized as we head over to the second inning. We'll take a quick break on the Tiger Network.
No errors, one player.
Back in San Antonio, Viviana Rivero, the cleanup hitter for the ladies. That one's in there for a strike.
Top of the second inning for Centenary, batting fourth, the catcher, number 21, Viviana Rivero.
Rivero out of Redondo Beach, California. And that one, just a weak little liner over to Hernandez.
Batting fifth, third baseman, number 10, Jaden Thrasher.
Jaden Thrasher, who had a home run in the previous game that Centenary played against Southwestern, a key home run that lifted the ladies to this game against TLU. It will certainly call upon her, because now they are down quickly by 2 runs, and you do not want to get down early against Texas Lutheran. Swing and a miss, so 1-1 count. Next pitch. That one tapped down the line, kept fair. The throw to first. And did she come off the bag? No, she did not. Maybe she did for a moment, but she put her foot back on it. So that will be another out in the inning. 2 outs in the top of the second, as Mallory Stout will try to prevent this from being 2 1-2-3 innings in a row. Stout out of Trinity, Texas. Swing and a miss, so strike 1. Oh, 2 count now for Stout. That one misses, so a 1-2 count with 2 outs. Next pitch. That one misses, so a 2-2 count. Next pitch. Fouled off, so Stout finds herself in a 2-2 count. A senior in this lineup, going up against Amanda White, another senior. But the Bulldog pitching staff has been led by older players this year. Ashlyn Strother, a senior. Amanda White, a senior. Sydney Willett, a junior. And Coach Wilson telling me that it's just been nice to have 3 kids that I can put out there and know that they're going to give me a good game. Full count now for Stout. draws the walk.
Batting seventh, first baseman number 27, Bella Dominguez.
Bella Dominguez. Dominguez, the sure-handed first baseman, gets to take her first swipes at White. Not one. In there for a strike. And TLU keeping their pitching style in a rotation format. Strother started off the tournament for the Bulldogs against Trinity. Sydney Willette played against Schreiner in the second game. And now Amanda White to cap off a very strong pitching staff. That one, a swing and a miss, 1-2 count. White looking to keep that runner stranded at first. One's fouled back. Centenary had a good offensive performance against White. They scored 6 runs against her in their win against TLU. That one's fouled back. But right now, White looking a lot more comfortable. Centenary scored 6 runs in the bottom of the second against White. But now, with the pop fly over there, that one is foul. It's looking very likely that they will score 0 runs this time around. One, 2 count for Dominguez. That one fouled off. Hudson on deck for the ladies. Centenary has never won an SCAC championship before. Texas Lutheran, well, at this point, it's almost expected that they'll win it. They've done so 8 years in a row. Well, 8 tournaments in a row, I should say. That one flied out to center field. And we will head to the bottom of the second as the ladies will strand that runner on first. As we will see the bottom of the lineup for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the second. We'll take a break here on the Tiger Network. Stay tuned. Bottom of the second here, Kylie Jack starting things off for the Bulldogs. Takes that one for a strike as Scarborough trying to bounce back. Jack out of Richwood, Texas. 200 on the season, 7 RBI. This is a tough TLU batting order. But that is an easy ground out to Stokes.
Number 21 is Bella Rodriguez.
Bella Rodriguez. now in there for the Bulldogs. Hitting .323 on the year out of Pearland, Texas. That one misses, so 1-0 count to start Rodriguez off. Sophomore in this TLU lineup and a great catcher. She plays some excellent defense. Has the ground out over to the third baseman, Thrasher. Will make her out number 2 here in the bottom of the second. So right now, Scarborough having some better luck as Annie Kay will come in for TLU. And that ball hits the turf before it reaches the plate. One-0 count. Annie Kay, fast runner, so got to be careful that she may just tap one down and try to run it out. 2-0 count now. If you walk Annie Kay, let her get on base. You got Kaylee Clark, who's another incredibly fast runner. That one in there for a strike, so 2-1 count as Scarborough fits a pitch in the zone. Scarboroug's next pitch. That one misses, so a 3-1 count. Hitters count 4K. Somebody revving up their engine in the background. Of course, Trinity University off of 281. As the wonders of living off of a major roadway. Thrasher gets the putout over to Dominguez. That'll end the second inning. TLU cannot tack on any more runs. Scarborough keeps the batters at bay. So going to the top of the third, Centenary trails it 0-2. We'll see how they respond in the top of the third after this break. Starting things off for the ladies. 8-hole hitter, Abigail Hodson. Hodson out of Georgetown, Texas, batting .303 this season. Takes that one outside, so a 1-0 count to start off Hodson. Hodson has also been the third pitcher for the ladies. Takes that one for a strike. Hasn't made an appearance in the circle in this tournament. And with Scarborough starting this game, likely won't. 2-1 count now. As if the ladies do win this one, I would suspect they would play Roach against Trinity. That one, lined foul. Not line foul, rather grounded foul. For TLU, if you win this one with Amanda White, you are set up pretty well. I'm sure Ashlyn Strother is looking to get some revenge against the Tigers. That one hits Hodson. So a free pass to first base. Centenary does rank pretty highly nationally in getting hit by the pitch.
Batting ninth, shortstop, number 9, Mackenzie Clark.
Now Mackenzie Clark, 9-hole hitter out of Upland, California. Works with Hodson on first. The first pitch gets in the zone for strike one. Clark, a junior, swings through that one. So 0-2 count for Mackenzie Clark. As Amanda White will try to put that hit by pitch behind her. And strike three. So Mackenzie Clark gets rung up. One out in the inning now. We go from one Mackenzie to another Mackenzie, this time Mackenzie Cox. Leadoff batter tries to lay down a bunt. That pitch had some heat on it. Struck out in the first inning. One out in the top of the third. Hodson is on first base. That one slapped foul. In this game, dearly important for both teams because this is a loser's bracket. If you lose, you are eliminated. Now for Texas Lutheran, I'm sure even if they lost, they would get an at-large bid into the national tournament. But for Centenary, they lose this. This is almost certainly the end of their season. But both teams want to make it on to the next round. 1-2 count. Because even if you are as highly ranked as Texas Lutheran is, you don't want to lose and allow a team to become a so-called bid stealer, potentially keep you out of the national tournament because there's not enough at-large bids left for you. Four teams remaining in this tournament: Centenary, Texas Lutheran, Trinity, and St. Thomas. St. Thomas punched their ticket to Championship Sunday. The game before this one, Mackenzie Cox will look at this pitch, slap it into left field. But Bailey Hudgens can collect the can of corn out there in left. Hudson will have to stay on first.
Second baseman, number 3, Catherine Stokes.
As Catherine Stokes. Stokes, a part of this dangerous top of the lineup for the ladies. 309 batting average, 23 RBI. We will certainly have a late start time for the final game of the day. No one misses, so 1-1 count. That matchup will be between Trinity and the winner of this game. That one grounded over to Liao, who gets the out at second. So end at the top of the third. Ladies strand a runner at first. They're scoreless through their first 3 trips to the plate. We head to the bottom of the third. On the Tiger Network, we will take a break. Scarborough stays out there for Centenary. Top of the lineup for the Bulldogs, Kaylee Clark.
On the third inning for the
0 for 1
Bulldogs,
today.
top the order, second baseman number 7, Kaylee Clark. That got me pumped up.
Getting 449 on the year. Someone misses the zone. Clark grounded out in the first inning to start off the game. Clark would certainly like to get on base and show off her speed. That one grounded, stays foul. A foul ball. So Clark will have to go back to the batter's box with a 1-1 count. And Scarborough certainly has a tall task for her. So a 2-1 count now for Kaylee Clark. Scarborough, a treacherous path because this Texas Lutheran lineup is just so dangerous. They rank top in the conference in all offensive categories. Not just top of the conference, they rank top in the nation in many offensive categories. They're the 1 seed in this tournament for a reason. Full count now for Clark. They're in the loser's bracket because they lost to Trinity in their tournament opener. A game in which pretty much everything you could think of went wrong for the Bulldogs. And that one grounded to Mackenzie Clark, who throws out the speedy Clark. So one Clark puts another Clark back in the dugout. So Lindsay Leal will come up after the Clark-to-Clark connection. And Leal lays down the bunt, and that one is a foul. So Leal will have to go back to the box. No runners on base. 1 out in the bottom of the third. 0-1 count. As we're going to have a discussion here between the umpires. Over what? I'm not quite sure. If I had to hedge a bet, maybe, yep, it looks like they were looking at whether that bunt stayed fair or went foul. They're going to say, nope, it was foul. So nothing changing about the current situation. 0-1 count for Lindsay Leal. 1 for 1 today, singled in the first. Now a 1-1 count. Next pitch. That one, bunt attempt, going absolutely nowhere. So 1-2 count for Leal. See those tents set up in center field. Those were meant for all the teams. They're in seated order from left to right. And some of them now empty as teams have been eliminated. That one gets up the middle, so Leal will have a base hit.
Base hit for Lindsay Leal. Batting third, right fielder number 4, Madison Johnson.
And Madison Johnson now 1 for 1 today. She singled back in the first. And the throw, so Clark, or not Clark, Leal will have a steal. Apologies. Clark wears 7. Leal wears 77. Two speedy runners wearing 7s. Maybe they consider it their lucky number. Johnson shows her skill by hitting that one into right center field. Leal will score easily. And the Bulldogs extend their lead to 3-0 in the bottom of the third. So now, small meeting in the circle for the ladies, and it looks like we are going to have a pitching change. The ladies will turn to number 11. That is Alexis Roach, pitched earlier today. We'll take a break on the Tiger Network as we allow her to warm up. Alexis Roach, see that 5-4 record, 3.89 ERA, 30 strikeouts, 39 walks, 1.56 whip. That's to start off with. Serena Gonzalez, cleanup hitter for the Bulldogs, conference leader in home runs and RBI. 1-0 count for Gonzalez. Gonzalez can certainly hit one out of this field. See, she is just very strong. She grounds that one foul. That is not my descriptor of Gonzalez. That is Coach Wilson's descriptor of Serena Gonzalez. She says that she is a good learner, an excellent learner even. And most importantly, she is strong. With 10 home runs, she can certainly show off that power. Grounds it over to Mackenzie Clark, who gets the out over at first, so Gonzalez is retired. Johnson advances over to second. So 2 outs in the bottom of the third. As number 3 for TLU, Harley Russell. We'll try and drive in Johnson on second base. And that one.
Batting number 3, Harley Russell.
And 1-0 is the count. Next pitch from Roach. Oh, misses, so 2-0 count now. Two-0 pitch from Roach to Russell in there for a strike, and the throw to third to try and prevent the steal goes into the outfield, so Johnson will end up being at third. So errant throw, end up in the outfield. Russell set up well here. So Russell with a 3-1 count, hitters count with a runner on third. And a walk. So Russell walks to first and is just going to take second as well. Why not? That's 2 for the price of 1. That was maybe the most nonchalant jaunt to second I have ever seen. It was just like a pleasant stroll in the park to her. Laura Hernandez, 0 for 1 today, flew out in the first. 1-0 count. There's been a lot of situations at this field this year where a runner went to first and then just took second. 2-0 count. Having a good softball IQ is a difference maker because now runners are on second and third. The pitch for Roach. That one misses. So a 3-0 count for Hernandez. And what will Roach dial up here? 3-0 count. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Walking Hernandez, not the worst thing that could happen. That is what happens. So bases are loaded. And the reason why I say that's not the worst thing that could happen is because now you have the force out at every bag and at home plate. There will be a meeting in the circle by Centenary. Kylie Jack will be up to bat with bases loaded. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. Huddle broken up.
Third baseman number 44, Kylie Jack.
Kylie Jack, 0 for 1 today, grounded out in the second. .194 average, 0 for 1 today. An excellent opportunity for the Bulldogs to blow this game out of the water. That one in there for a strike. So TOU has knocked out Scarborough, and now looking to knock out Roach, because if they do, all Centenary has to go to is Hodson, and that one just foul. That was a very, very close drop near the foul line. Fortunate break for Centenary. Hard to see on first glance, but that ball may have slightly tapped the foul line. But according to the third base umpire, it went foul. So bases stay loaded. So potential disaster averted for now. It's an 0-2 count for Jack. Pitch from Roach. Fouled off, so Jack staying alive. Russell on second, Johnson on third, Hernandez at first. That one misses. So 1-2 count now for Jack. See how much her patience can get her here. The Bulldogs, coming into this tournament, had drawn 150 walks as a team this season. They've drawn a couple more during the tournament. That one misses. So 2-2 count now. Of course, the thing that Roach does not want to do is walk a run in. But an interesting predicament that she is in. Bases loaded. Kylie Jack, the 7-hole hitter, looking to do some damage. Another one hit foul down in left field. And what will happen? Let's see. That one grounded over to Stokes. And the throw to first in time. So the Bulldogs will leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the third. They only get one run. So the ladies keep themselves in the game for now as we head to the top of the fourth. Due up for Centenary, Kaylee Patridge, Viviana Rivero, and Jaden Thrasher. We'll take a break on the Tiger Network as we head to the fourth inning. So Kaylee Patridge to start things for Centenary. Patridge 0 for 1 today. 423 batting average right now. And if she has a good enough day today, she can make history in her senior season. And now 423 is 1 point away from tying the single season batting average record that Anna Dunn set back in 2018 for Centenary with a batting average of 424. So Patridge chasing history in her senior season. And that one will go foul. She is a tough out, no matter which way you cut it. And Amanda White in her fourth inning of work now. Throws that one in. That one kind of broke in to Patridge. Allowed that to be a foul ball. That one misses. So a 2-2 count. 2 walks. Or 2 strikeouts, rather, for White. 1 walk is what she has issued. That one fouled down the third base line. As a new third baseman out there for the Bulldogs, Reagan Hillis. Reagan Hillis, as that one misses. So a full count now for Patridge. The junior out of Cedar Park, Texas. Transferring in from Odessa College. That one fouled back by Patridge. And these Bulldogs have been just so consistently dominant in this conference. But some firsts this year for them. As that one grounded over, and a little misplay there, the scoop, and wow, Patridge will be safe at first after a series of mishaps by Hernandez and Clark. Viviana Rivero. As Patridge on first. And the bunt is laid down, and an effective bunt at that. And maybe some miscommunication going on with the TLU infield as Rivero put down a bunt that was not dead well pretty much at all, but White didn't go after it. She went close to it, but she thought that either Clark or Hernandez was going to go after it, I suppose. We'll see it right here. It goes after it and then doesn't, and there's nobody there. Just the bunt to the perfect spot. A bunt that I think was a bit stronger than Rivero wanted. But now, Jaden Thrasher, the 5-hole hitter, who hit a home run against Southwestern earlier today. 4 home runs on the year for her. That one missed. So Hernandez will be tagged with an error. That allowed Patridge to get on first and now get on second. And the pitch. That one misses. So a 2-2 count to Jaden Thrasher. And the Bulldogs, Amanda White, attacking the strike zone. It's something that they like to do. As that one, and a double play turned by the Bulldogs. Hernandez, it's your lucky day because that one was lined right to you in the perfect spot for you to grab it and tag the bag for the fourth set out. So now it is just Patridge on second. Lucky break for the Bulldogs as they now have 2 outs in the top of the 4th. So Mallory Stout will try and right the ship. That one hit out, and Leal makes the jumping catch. And a double play can mean all the difference. Centenary, what looked like a very good opportunity to score, dries up quickly. We head to the bottom of the 4th frame, with TLU still leading 3-0 over the ladies. We will take a break on the Tiger Network as we head to the bottom of the 4th frame. Melo Rodriguez starts things off for the Bulldogs in the bottom of the 4th. The 8-hole hitters 0 for 1 today, grounded out in the 2nd. And Alexis Roach back in the circle for the ladies. And this is not the only tournament going on, because the SCAC baseball conference tournament is also going on up in Cleburne, near the DFW area. That first pitch, a ball. The first game of that day, winners bracket championship up there. Trinity beat Texas Lutheran at 10-1. And Centenary, much like their softball counterparts, beat Southwestern 5-4 and are now playing Texas Lutheran in the losers bracket up there in Cleburne. So, you know, a bit of a coincidence that they're playing the exact same teams that their baseball counterparts have played. But that tournament is certainly exciting up there as well. 3-0 count for Rodriguez. Roach's pitch. In there for a strike. So a 3-1 hitters count. And the Bulldogs are always dangerous with a hitter's count because there's not a single bat in this lineup that cannot hit. Roach's 3-1 pitch. That misses, so Rodriguez will take a free pass to first base. And now Annie K.
Batting ninth, center fielder number 24, Annie K.
Annie K, speedy outfielder. And she shows it off on the base paths quite a bit. Plenty of steals on the year. And the first pitch from Roach to her shows bunt, but pulls back, so 1-0 count. NK has 16 steals on the year. They yell at, that was steal 24, I believe. She's stolen a base earlier on in the tournament as well. And that bunt dropped, but goes foul. Okay, another TLU hitter that is just fast enough that they can drop a weak grounder or even a bunt and leg it out over to first base. Working with a runner on first. Roach's pitch. That bunt popped up, hits the netting behind home plate. And another good turnout for another great game. So 1-2 count for Annie K. No outs in the bottom of the fourth. Roach's pitch, that one grounded. The throw to first. And Mackenzie Clark showing off the arm there. Her throw beating out the speedy Annie K. But Rodriguez will head over to second, and now we circle back to the top of the Bulldog batting order. Kaylee Clark 0 for 2 today. Out of Montgomery, Texas. That one misses, ball one. And Clark has stolen plenty of bases herself this year. 61, in fact. Up until the tournament, she had not been caught stealing, but she was gunned down in a steal attempt by Abigail Miller of Trinity. And that broke a 61 consecutive stolen base streak that she had on the year. 1-1 count for Clark. But TLU, once again, leading the nation in stolen bases. Because everyone in this lineup is at least decently fast. Not everyone is an all-star base stealer like Kaylee Clark, but they can certainly hold their own and take an extra bag when needed. And the 1-2 pitch from Roach. That one weakly grounded. The throw from Thrasher, not in time. So a base hit for Clark. You just saw how fast she was there.
Base hit for Kaylee Clark.
So Kaylee Clark on first. Rodriguez on third. She advanced on that one. And the regional rankings right now, surprisingly, and not having Texas Lutheran on top. Instead, Linfield is on top in Region 10. That one misses. So Rodriguez goes to second. Rodriguez at third base. Clark goes to second base. No throw attempt is made to try and get her. 1-2 pitch from Roach. Not a 1-2 pitch. That's a swing and a miss. 1-1 count now. Leal, 2 singles on the day. Working with 2 fast runners on the base paths. 1-1 pitch from Roach. That went in there for a strike. Caught the edge of the zone. 1-2 count. Be a big out here for Roach if she could strike out Leal. That one slapped foul. And scaring those in the TLU dugout that were close to that one. Everyone jumped a little bit. Runners on second and third. The pitch to Leal. That one misses. 2-2 count. And winner of this game gets to play Trinity in the losers bracket finals that will be played 20 minutes following the conclusion of this game. That one will get down. 1 run will score. And, well, 2 runs could have scored there if Clark had looked back and realized that Patridge had bobbled the field there. But Leal will head over to second. And Clark is on third. And they are available for Maddie Johnson to try and drive in. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. TLU now leads it 4-0. TLU being very efficient offense today. First round loss, or second round loss rather, igniting a fire in them. They shellacked the Mountaineers of Shriner. Run rolling them in 5 innings like it was nothing. 12-0. Swing and a miss. So 1-1 count for Johnson. Now, Pure Centenary really can't allow any more runs to come in. You have 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. It's going to be difficult, but not impossible. But the ball gets away from Rivero, and another run is going to score as Clark easily comes in. So 5-run lead now for Texas Lutheran. And the game just getting a little bit more out of hand. Johnson, 2 singles, 1 with an RBI. And Serena Gonzalez, who takes practice swings with 2 bats when she's on deck. Just waiting to take a swipe at Roach. 3-1 count now. And whenever there is a wild pitch, whenever Clark or Leal are on third, they are almost certain to score. Things slowly slipping away here for Centenary. Roach's 3-1 pitch. That one misses, so Johnson gets a free pass to first base. Timeout. And it looks like some equipment problem for Roach. She tosses the mask to the dugout. So interesting thing happening here.
Batting 4th, designated player number 40, Serena Gonzalez.
I'm not sure what happened. Perhaps maybe a malfunction in equipment. Maybe her vision was being blocked. Not quite sure. It's hard to tell there. But now, something you don't really see that often from Roach, but she's pitching without a mask on. And Johnson's just going to go ahead and take second. You can't really try to attempt to throw with Leal on third because she will pretty much be guaranteed to score. Way to find another way to play if you are Alexis Roach. Swing and a miss, so 1-1 count. And Gonzalez 0 for 2 today. 2 groundouts. In the previous game against Schreiner, she hit a bases clearing a double when the bases were loaded. She has been one of the centerpieces for this TLU batting order. Her and Kaylee Clark have truly been a boost of youth that this TLU lineup has. So 2-2 count now. Kaylee Clark's a freshman. Serena Gonzalez is a freshman. Harley Russell earlier was a freshman. And Annie Kay is a freshman. So youthful, more youthful lineup than usual here for the Bulldogs. That one swung through. So that will be it for Serena Gonzalez. She strikes out swinging. That's her day. Just not being really hers. And Bailey Hudgens will re-enter the game now.
Batting fifth, number 12, Bailey Hudgens.
So 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. Bailey Hudgens had a 2 RBI single. She could have another one here. That one grounded. Mackenzie Clark gets the out over to Dominguez. That will end the bottom of the 4th. So the Bulldogs tack on 2 more runs in the bottom of the 4th. They lead it 5-0.
2 players left on after 4 innings.
We've played 4. We will head to the 5th inning. We're going to take a quick break here on the Tiger Network. But stay tuned for the 5th. Belo Dominguez starts things off in the bottom of the 5th for Centenary. Centenary down by 5 runs. Not an impossible comeback, but certainly a very, very difficult one against Texas Lutheran. That one misses. 1-0 count. Dominguez out of Newark, California. 0 for 1 today. Flew out in the 2nd. Centenary did put up 6 runs in 1 inning against TLU. So I'm sure TLU certainly doesn't feel like that this game is over at all. 2-0 count now. And they put up 6 runs against the pitcher that they are facing right now. That one missed. So 3-0 count now as Bella Dominguez. We'll try and start things off good here for the ladies. That one in there for a strike. So 3-1 count. Dominguez is smiling about that one. I think she saw something different there. That one in there for a strike. So full count now. As the lights turn on here as the sun has officially set. SCAC during the nighttime. Something not too common, really. I think the latest game that the Tigers played this year was against DePaul. That one started around 5, I believe. Next pitch. That one popped up. Taken in by Hernandez. So first out of the top of the 5th. Now Abigail Hodson.
Player number 5, Abigail Hodson.
0 for 0 because she was hit by the pitch in the 3rd. We'll try and get on base once again by any means necessary. That one is a ball. No attempt to frame that one. Rodriguez just trying to prevent that one from hitting the backstop. Swing and a miss. So 1-1 count. It's been a long day of softball today. Not only because we started early, but because the Lightning held us back for about 2 or 3 hours. 2-1 count now. Next pitch. And 3-1 count now. The TLU baseball team currently leading the Centenary Gents 4-0 in the top of the 2nd. And that one, swinging strike, so full count for Hodson. The pitch, that one fouled off. So White working with empty bases, completely calm right now. Full count. And the pitch, that one misses, so Hodson will draw a walk. She has no at-bats today because she's been hit by the pitch and walked. Looks like we will have a pinch runner for Hodson. And it does look like that the baseball game is in some sort of delay.
Pinch runner, Sophie Madrid.
As Sophie Vadrine comes into pinch run for the ladies.
Shortstop number 9, Mackenzie Clark.
As Mackenzie Clark steps back up to the dish. That one fouled off. 0 for 1 today is Mackenzie Clark. So Clark will try to find a way to advance Vadrine. That one getting away from Rodriguez. 0-2 count. Not really getting away as it is. The foul tip making it tricky. Sophie Vadrine, the freshman out of Eunice, Louisiana. 1-2 count for Mackenzie Clark. Mackenzie Clark trying to get to the next Mackenzie in the lineup. Mackenzie Cox. Swing and a miss. Mackenzie Clark goes down swinging. Strikeout number 3 for Amanda White as
Top of the order, right fielder number 5.
we circle back to the top of the order for Mackenzie Cox. Mackenzie Cox out of Alexandria, Louisiana. And Amanda White pitching a gem here in San Antonio. That one misses. So a ball. 1 out. 2 outs in the top of the 5th. Two-0 count now as Mackenzie Cox is over 2 today. As White has only allowed 1 hit. Right now it is a 1-hitter shutout for Amanda White. It's in there for a strike. 2-1 count now. She's issued 2 walks. And that one gets through the gap. So Mackenzie Cox, fired up, yells at the dugout, trying to get some momentum on Centenary's side, because they certainly need it. They're down by 5 runs, but with good hitting like this, they can score as many as they want. Meeting in the circle for the Bulldogs. Coach Wilson wanting to talk things over with the infield. It looks like we're going to have a pitching change. And coming in to the circle for the Bulldogs, number 17, Sydney Willett. Willett will look to shut things down. We'll take a break here on Tiger Network as Willett comes in to try and close out the game. Sydney Willett has really been a star for the Bulldogs, as Catherine Stokes grounds it, and the tag applied. That'll be the end of the top of the 5th. You know, you get to introduce Sydney Willett, so I'll just introduce her when she comes back in the next inning. But we are through 4.5 in the bottom of the 5th. The Bulldogs will try and put away this game. Laura Hernandez, Reagan Hillis, and Bella Rodriguez due up for the Bulldogs. We'll take a break on the Tiger Network as we head to the bottom of the frame. New face in the circle for the ladies, Emma Crow. Emma Crow, this is her first appearance in the tournament. And the ladies calling upon her for some good work. 3-2 record, 4.69 ERA, 2.02 whip, 6 strikeouts to 22 walks. As Laura Hernandez starts things off for the Bulldogs. And that one gets past Rivero. So ball one. So Emma Crow, a part of a young pitching staff going against the senior Laura Hernandez. Crow, the freshman out of Krotz Springs, Louisiana. 2-0 count as that one misses. And it's really been a pitching relay for the ladies in this one. Trying to keep the game alive, because if TLU scores 3 runs, and with how dangerous the lineup is, they surely can. The game will end in a run rule. 3-0 count. Crow. The pitch. In there for a strike. Hernandez. Next pitch to her, the 3-1 pitch. Swing. Fouled off. So, full count for Hernandez. So now, Emma Crow, the next pitch from her, hits the turf before it reaches the plate, and that'll be a free pass for Hernandez. And I think we're going to get a pinch runner for Hernandez at first. Number 8, Reagan Hillis, the junior out of Cedar Park, Texas, will step up to the plate now for the Bulldogs. And the pinch runner is number 25, Riley Futrell. And Riley Futrell will try and do good on the base paths, as Reagan Hillis gets to have her on first base. First plate appearance for Hillis. Comes in place of Kylie Jack. The butt laid down. See if she beats it out, and she does, and the throw goes into right field. So Futrell will be able to go to third base. The errant throw into right field, as things just getting a little worse for Centenary. That throw, that's too far to the left of first base. Can't cover that. So runners on the corners with no outs in the bottom of the 5th. Now for Bella Rodriguez. .317 batting average. And the steal attempt. And the ball gets away. So Futrell comes in to score. So Hillis gets the bag at second. Bates the throw from Rivero. See the throw here. And the ball kind of kicked out of the glove of Clark. I believe that was Clark. That one bunted back. So strike one. So runner on second. Pitch from Emma Crow. Nothing happening there. And the pitch from Crow. Bunted back and caught. So quick reaction from Rivero. So Rodriguez's bunt attempt will go awry. There'll be an out in the bottom of the 5th. Texas Lutheran leading it now 6-0. And I believe we are going to have a pinch hitter in the 9-hole. Get you that pinch hitter as soon as I see the number on the player's back. Because Lutherans' uniforms only have numbers on the back, so can't identify it from the front. That looks to be number 6, Missy Muras.
Now batting number 6, Missy Muras.
So Missy Muras taking on Crow, who you got a great look at there. The pitch. That one hammered into right field. It's too high, though. But there will be a tag up to third by Hillis. That was certainly given a ride, but the angle just not quite there. Too steep.
Top of the order, second baseman number 7, Kaylee Clark.
Went far. But if it was angled just a bit better, may have gone all the way. Instead, it will be 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Runner on third. Kaylee Clark slaps that one, and easy out at first. That'll end the 5th inning. Centenary will get another chance to try and put up some runs on the board. We'll take a break on the Tiger Network as we head to the 6th inning.
1 run, 1 hit.
Kaylee Patridge, 3-hole hitter, 0 for 2 today, hitting .420 for the season. Cindy Willette, who I'll introduce you to now, since didn't really get that much of an opportunity to introduce you to her earlier. She pitched in the game against Schreiner, did not allow a run, shut Schreiner out. Looking to keep the shutout alive against Centenary as well. Coming in relief for Amanda White. Another star TLU pitcher. That one grounded over to Hillis, who gets the throw over to the first baseman, Laura Hernandez.
Batting fourth, the catcher number
Willette, 1.5 ERA. 0.89 whip goes up against Viviana Rivero. Missed the zone there, so 1-0 count. The ladies running out of time. 1 for 2 today is Rivero. I went in there for a strike. 1-1 count now. Get a good look at Rivero there. That one lined to Leal. So 2 outs in the top of the 6th.
Batting fifth, third baseman number 10, Jaden Thrasher.
Jaden Thrasher, 0 for 2 today. Needs something to happen here because Centenary, you really can't just go 1, 2, 3 here if you want to keep the hopes alive. Willette trying to keep the ladies at bay. 2-0 count now. That one missed. 2 outs in the inning. So Thrasher versus Willette. Willette's pitch, swing and a miss. So make it a 2-1 count now. Thrasher wanted all of that one. Still looking to get all of a good pitch, as that one's in there for a strike, so the count evens up at 2-2. Bulldogs up by 6. 2-2 pitch from Willette. That one grounded. Third baseman to the first baseman in time. Great defensive play by Reagan Hillis. We head to the bottom of the 6th. As you see, Hillis hustling, gets the throw off. Thrasher, it's a pretty quick runner. Not quick enough, though. We head to the bottom of the 6th. We will take a break on the Tiger Network. Due up for the Bulldogs, Lindsay Leal, Madison Johnson, and Serena Gonzalez. Getting into the heart of the order. We'll see if they can put it away in the bottom of the 6th. Lindsay out, Leal out to face Emma Crow. Crow is the 3rd pitcher of the game for Centenary. They have one more pitcher that could make an appearance. Touch the bat and in the glove, so strike 1 to Leal. Abigail Hodson, who we've seen in the batting order today, has also been known to come out and pitch. Leal singles up the middle to start things off in the bottom of the 6th. We'll see if she even gets a chance, though. Because at this point, the only way that Centenary can get back up to bat is if they don't allow 2 runs. And then, in the top of the 7th, if it is still 6-0, they have to score 6 runs, which they've done in 1 inning in the past against Texas Lutheran. So TLU, I'm sure, just wants to end it right here. Don't even give them that chance in the top of the 7th. Madison Johnson, 2 for 2 today, 2 singles with an RBI and a walk drawn. And that one hammered into right field. That one will get down and hit the wall. Leal's running. She will round 3rd, and she will score. And Madison Johnson with a triple. 1 RBI triple for Madison Johnson as the TLU lead expands to 7, and they are just 1 run away. And the throw in to Stokes was actually bobbled a little bit. So if Johnson kept running full speed, she could have had maybe an inside the park home run. But they played safe, keep Johnson at 3rd. And now Serena Gonzalez. It is the cleanup hitter. 0 for 3 today, but could perhaps redeem herself with a walk-off. Ground out, strikeout. She hits that one up the middle, and that one will get down. And that is all she wrote. Serena Gonzalez walks it off for the Bulldogs, and they will stay alive in the SCAC tournament. And for Centenary, their season comes to a close. The 4th seed in the tournament. They fought valiantly, but cannot handle the might of the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs, who lost earlier in the season to Centenary, overcomes the team that did hand them one of their conference losses. 11 hits to 2, a complete domination with the duet of Willett and Amanda White. A great performance by TLU. The TLU pitching staff will give them another chance to play the Tigers as they play host institution Trinity, the team that they lost to start off their tournament portion of the season. That game will happen 20 minutes from now. So we will take a break here. We will first congratulate the seniors of Centenary, Mallory Stout, Kaylee Patridge. The 2 seniors on the Centenary ladies softball team. Congratulations on a great career with Centenary. Of course, they could come back using their COVID year, but in case they don't, good job on a great career. We will take a break here on the Tiger Network, where the Trinity Tigers will play the Texas Lutheran Bulldogs in the Losers Bracket Championship. Winner goes to play St. Thomas. You can't miss it. See you later. My name is Reed Rosales. See you in 20 minutes on the Tiger Network.